Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat. We are here in Madison Square Garage around the pool table of relevancy. This is Mr. Dan Danielson. I am Rowdy Roddy Reece, here to talk about all things professional wrestling, but specifically today, not entirely, but specifically Elimination Chamber.
Very nice, very evil,
very average,
very mid,
very average. So we'll bust down the breakdown of Elimination Chamber.
Sure, like they busted down all the pod doors of people stuck inside.
They did bust down a lot of pod doors.
Yeah,
on this Elimination Chamber.
They felt like, remember when they first did Elimination Chamber, like Eric Bischoff
used to crack.
But it was 46 miles of steel, and it was plexiglass that was bulletproof, and this. And I was like, I saw Kiana James tackle Tiffany Stratton, and I was like, that's not bulletproof glass. That was plastic at best.
So we'll cover Elimination Chamber. We'll go over some noteworthy news points this week, as well as all the other stuff that happened on all of the shows.
Absolutely, we will.
Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, as well as follow us on all our other social media platforms. We've got an X account.
Yep.
Instagram, TikTok,
links in the description.
Facebook. Yep. Come right there, right now. Join our Discord.
We had some good chats on the Discord this week with a few predictions for the weekend, which came true, which was exciting for us. And then I will give Reece credit. I'll see if Editor Luke can put the meme up here.
Oh, I will send the meme in the chat and we will put it right here.
He made a meme for Elimination Chamber. Very proud of it. Very good. Very funny.
It's already got more views on Instagram than the video I posted like
hours before.
10 hours ago.
Look, when you can do a funny joke and you can relate it to both wrestling and Simpsons references at the same time,
that's how you get people.
You're on the money.
That's how you get people.
You're on.
All right, let's start off with the Women's Elimination Chamber, which kicked off the show. Running order of our contestants who entered the chamber. So we had Tiffany Stratton and Kiana James opening the contest. After 5 minutes, we had Asuka join the fray.
After an allotted amount of time. I don't think they ever said it was 5 minutes.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The allotted amount of time, I think it's usually 5 minutes for the first one and then 3 minutes after. Yeah. Or is that the War Game shtick?
That's War Games as well, I think.
It's both.
Yeah, who knows?
So we had Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and then Raquel Rodriguez as our last competitor to join the Elimination Chamber.
So there's a lot to talk about, I guess, from this week that leads up into this part of the match. So obviously Raquel qualifying on Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
That was a good match, obviously, that sort of, we'd all kind of hoped that was going to tie a little bit more into more of a live story.
Yes.
My overbooking for this was that, Raquel would win. Then she would pick that she wanted to face Stephanie. And then Liv was like, but I've already picked Stephanie. And then they fought between each other and made a triple threat for Raw. That could have been a fun little storyline.
Could have been fun.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But that was sort of part of that tension. And there was the Jade stuff. And then there was SmackDown. And when SmackDown occurred, I think I was watching
SmackDown really changed the game.
I think it was the Ask CBV podcast that he puts out on a Friday morning. And one of the questions was, who do you see winning the chamber? And I think a lot of us were kind of sitting on the same thing. That we were like, we're unsure when is it Tiffy? It's really probably not going to be Alexa. But then, you played the Charlotte getting sad eating ice cream thing. That could have been a fun little storyline. It's not going to be Rhea.
Let's not brush past that, because that was one of the funniest parts of SmackDown.
Brilliant.
Charlotte sitting there moping.
Yep.
Just
3 tubs of ice cream.
3 tubs of ice cream. I wonder if it was like protein ice cream.
I've seen, we can see Charlotte without her shirt on, like in her 6-pack and stuff there. She does not eat 3 tubs of ice cream. There's no way she's eating that much ice cream.
No, they must have shared it around the locker room to just wear it down a little bit.
Yeah, or there's like Otis was just like, I'll
have this big giant scoop and then you can have the remnants.
That was funny. And that was kind of the storyline between her and Alexa where, she was happy for her but sad at the same time.
Yeah, no, she's fine though.
She's fine. Absolutely. Oh, every girl says that. It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, we don't want to.
We're not getting into that argument.
No.
Because it's fine. But CBB had said the same thing that a lot of people said. The biggest name and the biggest draw out of this Elimination Chamber to face Jade Cargill is Rhea Ripley. But the problem you've got with Rhea is that she's a tag team champion. And there's enough storylines going around in that tag division. And we've said this for months on this podcast. Rhea and Io is going to go Alexa versus whoever else in a 6-person ladder match for the women's tag titles. That'll be what to do. Except she drops the title on SmackDown.
Yes.
The second that I saw Nia and Lash come out to new music and a new Titantron that was like the Irresistible Forces. I was like, oh shit, they're winning. They're winning the titles tonight.
Rebranding.
And they did. And Rhea dropped the belt. And I was like,
And Rhea got pinned too.
Rhea
so
took the
from
pin.
within 24 hours to go from being pinned to lose your tag team championship.
By an NXT call-up in Lash Legend.
Yes. To then cementing a place on the WrestleMania card for a singles women's championship.
Possibly as the main event of night one.
That's a wild turnaround within 24 hours.
The other interesting stat that I told you about this was that Rhea Ripley now has been in 7 straight WrestleMania main events, 7 straight years for a title.
For a championship.
So the first one was the NXT women's title. Then she had the Raw women's title. Then it was the tag belts. Then it was the SmackDown women's title. Then it was the women's world heavyweight twice. Women's WWE championship now against Jade. 7 years in a row, Rhea fighting for a title at Mania. If you try and tell us that
always on top.
If you try and tell her that she's not the biggest superstar, one of the biggest superstars in WWE, top 3, it's Rhea.
No. I don't even think top 3. And this, again, flag,
is your bias?
Not being biased. But like, honestly, you name someone else who, no matter what city, what country, what show they appear on, gets that same pop every single time.
Yeah, no, you're
It's
right.
a mammoth pop every time for Rhea Ripley, no matter the circumstance.
Mm-hmm. And you even saw it with, as much as we all love Io Sky, and she's probably the best technical wrestler they have in their company.
Yeah.
Io's music would hit. Everyone would be like, oh, it's Io, it's great.
Then it would be Rhea's.
Then music would hit with Rhea, and instantly the crowd went from here to here.
Yeah.
Every single time. So let's talk about the actual chamber match though.
Yes. So
there was a couple of nice spots. The starting spot with Alexa. So the context obviously was a few years ago.
Pre-match.
There was Rhea in a pod, and Rhea was like this against the glass, and Alexa came up and to her.
Yeah.
And this time Rhea did the reverse up to Alexa, which Editor Luke will hopefully get in there for us.
Yeah.
That was a nice little touch. I did like the women walking around, eyeballing everybody in the pod.
Yeah. Making sure they got the eye contact with every other competitor.
I think it's quite funny. We watched it obviously together today, and Lockie was having a late lunch, and he was like, "Oh, can you just pause? I want to get a bowl of Cocoa Pops." And I was like,
No.
"Yeah, it's all right, dude.
You get 10 minutes for
the
entrances.
25 minutes past the hour, the fucking match started.
It's so ridiculous. Oh my God, it's just so ridiculous. First elimination was Alexa Bliss, which is a little unfortunate because she had, I believe it was Kiana James in for the sister Abigail.
Yes.
Gets misted by Asuka and then rolled up by Kiana James for the first elimination.
Correct. And I think your point to this that you thought was the smart wrestling for this was that Asuka didn't...
Stood there and just like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, she let it happen.
Didn't try and break up the pin, didn't try and steal the pin off her. The veteran mindset.
Yep.
Knew the type of match where there were one point in the men's match where Cody looked like he was about to try and break up a pin, but he kind of stopped himself
from doing it.
Asuka, better ring mentality than Cody Rhodes.
It's because she's such a good tag team wrestler. Yeah, you laugh.
I'm just never going to get over this.
You watch who's going to be in the tag team title match at WrestleMania in the women's division. It's going to be the Kabuki Warriors.
No, it's the Bellas.
Well, yeah, and the Kabuki Warriors.
No. It's just the Bellas and the Irresistible Forces.
That is a horrible match, and I do not want to see it.
Yeah, I kind of like.
No,
I'm kind of happy that. Rhea lost the tag belts so we can have Rhea versus Jade at WrestleMania. But also, like, that really diminishes what we could have had for the women's tag team championships, and it kind of annoys me.
It does.
Because there was such a big opportunity to have Rio, Shalexa, Irresistible Forces, and the Bella twins.
Yeah. And the Kabuki
all
Warriors.
in like a, 5-way scramble.
You love the scramble.
The scramble.
You're really on the
It's
scramble.
coming. It's coming. It might not be coming.
I mean, does this also mean, obviously, EO lost the qualifier on Monday?
Yeah.
Her and Kyrie lost to Raquel. Does this set up a EO Asuka match if they're not going to put them in the tag stuff? The other rumor online is that there's going to be setting up an EO versus Julia match for the US belt. If you're going to move...
Just let him go absolute ham.
If you're going to move... if you're going to move Rhea to SmackDown to obviously face Jade, do you take EO with her and they both for both belts?
I'm down. Sign me up.
Maybe.
I'm ready. second slash third elimination of the match was Raquel Rodriguez. By the time she got in the ring, and Alexa got eliminated just before Raquel entered the match.
Yes.
And then Raquel, with the Chingona bomb or whatever she calls it. Tahana bomb.
What's the Chingona? What?
The NXT name for it. That's what they called it in NXT, and I always...
But that's a different person.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, of Raquel Gonzalez.
It's Raquel Gonzalez.
It's the same person.
No, it's not.
Changed the name.
It's Raquel Gonzalez.
So you're going to tell me
Raquel
Zelina
Rodriguez.
Vega and Zelina are not the same person?
Well, no, they just kind of got her name off. It's not a different name.
Oh.
It's like Royce Keys has never wrestled in
Ifs,
AEW
ands,
before.
or buts. Ifs, ands, or buts, Daniel. Anyway, Tahana bomb,
Correct.
Asuka on top of Kiana James,
Yes.
stacked them,
Double
pinned them both. Two eliminations at the same time, which I believe we've never had before in a women's elimination chamber match.
That was a good spot. This showed
Loved
Raquel
it.
as the power
Loved
spot in the chamber. I think that's kind of what we wanted to see
Yeah.
with her in there, has hit some big power spots.
Well, before that, she
sexy
charged
whatever.
around. Yeah, she charged around while having Kiana James on her shoulder and power slammed her through a pod.
Yep.
Huge spot.
Yep.
That one was much better.
Absolutely it was. Tiffany was obviously still in there because she
Yes.
started the match. You and I disagree on her ring gear. I think we both think it's a bit too HBK with the leg stuff.
The leg chaps, I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah,
it
doesn't suit.
doesn't give Tiffy vibes.
And to me, there wasn't any pink. And I know you said the baby blue was cute, but then when we saw the picture of her, in the baby blue,
it had pink on it.
all pink around the edging and stuff.
So yeah, black and orange was an interesting choice.
Unless she's trying to join TMDK with Robbie Eagles. Robbie, is she? If you're gonna get a woman into TMDK, I'm sure Tiffany Stratton's a great pick. But
you know what? We can do that. We can just get a photo of Tiffy and put TMDK logo and just spread misinformation on the internet.
why not?
Why not?
That's what Twitter's for.
Exactly. So 3 huge competitors left in the chamber at this point: Rhea, Raquel, and Tiffy.
Yep.
Rhea manages to get her way to the top of a pod. Tiffy and Raquel are teetering on that top rope, and Rhea just launches herself off the top of the pod, somersaults straight onto Raquel, collapses her off of the top rope, lands right on top of her. Just happened to be in prime position for a Tiffy salt. 1, 2, 3, and she's gone. Tiffy salt.
You mean the prettiest moonsault ever?
We've called it the Tiffy salt before.
Have we?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You've called it the Tiffy salt before.
I guess I might have, but it's the PME.
It's both.
Sure.
It's both.
1, 2, 3 from Tiffany, and then we're down to Rhea
Yes.
and Tiffy, which were the two obvious picks and the two favourites for it. You had Jade the whole time watching this from a skybox to
Not that
see.
she probably could have seen much anyway. We would have been watching the big Jumbotron.
Absolutely. For context, we were at the Elimination Chamber in Perth a couple of years ago.
2 years ago, to be exact.
It is great watching it, but you can't see much inside the pods. Once the whole structure is there.
Yeah, especially in a stadium where we were.
Yeah, you couldn't really see too much.
So crowded. You see little bits here and there, but also you're just better off watching the stream on the screen so you can get the clarity.
Yeah, so that's what Jade would have been doing, watching this to see who she was going to face at Mania, and it turns out Rhea Ripley, despite Tiffy getting a little busted in the mouth from a big face plant,
Electric chair drop.
She went for the prettiest moonsault ever. Again, Rhea shoves her into the pod, falls down, riptide, sexy
1, 2.
pin, 1, 2, 3. I think this is the right call.
Yeah, I definitely think out of all the options that we had in that chamber to face Jade, this was the best one. Because we had Jade and Tiffy last year. We didn't exactly think it was that crash hot. And
Even at SummerSlam when they ran it back, it wasn't.
And then when Jade turned heel, we had the squash match for Jade to win the championship. And then she's done nothing since. She had one title defense in over 100 days, which is grounds to strip her of the championship in the old days.
Yeah.
In the old days.
I think, to me too, this again shows the storyline that WWE was booking by the seat of their pants, in that they had the presumption that Bianca Belair was going to be back. And I think all of us thought Bianca was going to return in time. She was going to win a chamber. She was going to feud with Jade. And that was kind of where they booked everything through. And then Bianca didn't heal in time, had to have surgery late. They couldn't get that storyline. And so then a month out, they're like, well,
shit, what do we do?
What do we do? We don't have Naomi because she's popping out a little big gym. We don't have Bianca because she's still injured.
A little big Jim.
Who is the closest that we've got then? We're not running Tiffy back. Charlex is probably their own different thing. I don't think people will want Charlotte versus Jade, although they did tease it, and I don't think we were too opposed.
Well, like that was the thing last week when Charlotte was coming out for her qualifier.
Yep.
They teased it, and people online just ate that up.
Yeah.
And then within half an hour, dashed their hopes.
Yep, because she didn't even qualify.
Yeah.
But I think Rhea is the stylistic best choice to face Jade. Like
Two
you
big,
said,
strong, powerful women.
I think she's the one that can carry her to a really good WrestleMania match.
Yeah, and
Every time
we
Rhea's...
use carry literally.
Yeah, for sure. Rhea has not missed, right? The matches with Charlotte was brilliant. The match with Becky a couple of years ago was brilliant. The triple threat last year was the best women's match of the year. So I have full faith that Rhea will carry Jade into a good match. I think it's probably also time to switch the title. I know a lot of people are getting a bit sick of Rhea always being a champion and she's always at the top of the card. But you know what? When she sells what she does, when she gets the crowd reactions that she does, and she works as hard as she does, what are you going to do about it?
At least she's not as bad as Super Cena, right? I feel like that was a time period that was worse than what we're dealing with Rhea now. Because she went out. She hasn't held the championship for a fair while since just after WrestleMania. Oh, no, just before WrestleMania 41.
Yep.
So it's well over 12 months since she's had a singles championship. Yep. She was in the tag team scene for a while to freshen things up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I don't see a problem with it. When you're that much of a star and have that much star power, you have no choice but to keep giving them the championship to carry the division.
Yep, agree.
And this is what we've been saying, that SmackDown women's division has been lacking some serious depth, and this adds to it.
Absolutely.
So I can't complain.
This fixes that a fair bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the next match, we have a brand new women's intercontinental champion, and now it's time for Dan to take a nice little nap while we talk about this match, because it was not what we hoped it would be.
The problem was, this was exactly what I said was going to happen. Yeah. Was that AJ was going to win in Chicago. Her and Punk were going to hold the titles up. They're going to have a cute little moment together. Everyone's going to be super happy, and we're going to run it back for a rematch at WrestleMania. And it did. And I don't feel great about it. Yeah. Not that it was like not what I expected.
It wasn't a terrible match.
It wasn't a good match.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to put all of the blame. Braden, I'm sorry, I'm not going to put all the blame on AJ. I agree with you. This,
she's not hashtag washed, okay?
Takes two to tango. First question that I think we need to have is, what was Becky's gear?
Yeah,
that jacket was weird.
No, puffy sleeves. No.
Yeah, not a fan of that. All the schmozzle with Jessica, that's obviously going somewhere with Becky. She's corrupt car and everything has always been part of the storyline.
Cost her the championship again.
Well, she stopped her from, going into the turnbuckle or she stopped AJ from going into the turnbuckle, but then didn't stop Becky. So corrupt car at her best in that case.
It's funny because now you say that.
I
click onto the fact that Jessica was in the way when AJ was getting thrown. Yeah. I didn't even click onto that.
You didn't?
No,
because she was the one who stopped it.
Yeah.
And then before that, I mean, you've got to give credit for Jess that the first bump that they took in the corner when the turnbuckle was exposed was Jess, where they both fell.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a proper bump because she was putting the turnbuckle pad on, so it was just like, oh.
Yeah, but if that's any other referee, that bump knocks them out for 10 minutes.
But like,
it's just gone. They're dead.
I get it. But
then she gets back up. Then she gets kicked in the head and get knocked out. Like that was the one that took her out.
Yeah.
Cool. I get to do the second spot, but like I would say 9 out of 10 times that first ref bump into the turnbuckle.
But the ring was not exposed at the time because she was the turnbuckle pad in the way.
That's some great storytelling. Look at that.
It's the finer details when you get in the ring and take some bumps.
And
learn the art of professional wrestling.
Bumps and corner and turnbuckles. He's even got a turnbuckle for us.
Yeah. Thanks to Luke and the Slam guys, we've got a Slam turnbuckle pad sitting in our podcast studio now.
It's amazing. Look at us. We're real. We're legit boys. But look, there was a couple of good spots in it. AJ didn't look terrible. Becky looked like Becky, I guess. It was fine. Bit of brawling around the outside.
Like shitting on Becky Lynch, but I don't know. I don't feel like she's that bad.
No, but the thing that got you, and I agree, was that when she got the chair, so when Jess was down, she grabbed a chair, she dragged it into the ring. Oh. She hit AJ with something. Then she hit a DDT. She hit
a DDT on the chair.
Yep. Then the manhandle
slam goes for the pin, and AJ kicks out. Are you fucking kidding me? This is just like what happened in the SmackDown qualifying match with Logan Paul and Jacob Fatu. So we'll quickly pivot and touch on that because in that match, Logan Paul, the referee, was distracted low blow, titanium reinforced punch to the face.
Frog
The
splash.
Paul from Grace.
Yep.
That's his frog splash name.
Yep.
Hits the Paul from Grace. And then Jacob kicks out. Are you kidding me? It's bullshit. To then just like have fake masked man interfere and then Logan Paul wins anyway.
Yeah,
just have that be the finish.
I did like the booking of that finish.
God, it's just like sometimes they just make some really silly decisions. And it's not always AEW doing dumb shit with finishes being kicked out of. It's WWE as well.
It's mostly AEW.
like a brain buster on an exposed turnbuckle that doesn't finish a match.
That's wild. The finish to this, obviously, when Jessica Carr was down the first time, she put her in the tarantula and she tapped, and then the Black Widow. They're both spiders, whatever, close enough.
Tarantula's the one in the ropes when you.
That was Fury, wasn't it? Yeah,
that's
radio. Yes, the Black Widow, she tapped out, then match continued, and then she finally taps out the second time around. I just, like I was saying to you, I don't find that a believable submission,
and
especially that quickly, right?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that I could pull that move off, but not having it locked in correctly, and that being the one that you finish the match with, because you're meant to hyperextend their arm behind them.
Yeah,
Becky was holding AJ Lee like this. There was literally barely any pressure on her to make her tap, theoretically.
And I also, like I said to you, I don't believe the submission when you're holding the person on your back, essentially, fall over. Like there's an easy way to get out of it every single time. Fall on the back. And then if AJ holds it and pulls the arm and you're on the ground, cool, then you tap like a bitch. I get it.
Yeah.
But like when you're standing, and the other point to this finish that I thought just took me out of it was obviously Becky jumped for the turnbuckle, hit the turnbuckle, exposed turnbuckle ring, wobbled around, and then posed and positioned, waiting for AJ to hit the spinning like DDT bit. Like she went into the spot for it. It just didn't. It just took me out of it. And I know that's absolutely 1,000% nitpicking, and I get it. I was just like,
just a little bit.
Didn't like the finish. It's not great. Will it set up a rematch at WrestleMania? More than likely. Will it have something to do with? I hope the storyline includes Jessica Carr.
Yeah,
and she's not included or something. You know what? I hope that this match goes to WrestleMania, and I hope that they petition, or Becky petitions with all her high-paid lawyers, because that's what she's got.
Yeah,
that Jessica Carr cannot be involved. She's corrupt Carr. She's not allowed to be the referee. So they put some other referee in, and then you take a referee bump.
And then Jessica Carr comes out.
100%. And she's the one that runs to the ring, and she does the 2 count.
Because she's the only other referee available.
That's got to be the storyline, surely.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I love that.
But that rematch mania.
Yeah. First thing Josh said was multi-women's IC match, but I just...
No.
As much as I'd love to see that, I just don't know how you work that into the story. I mean, we've still got 7 weeks until WrestleMania, but I still don't see how you work that into the story.
Who was your multi-women? Like you're saying, like with Maxine and Natty and Bailey.
Yeah, the other week I would have said Natty and Maxine could get injected into that because during the Natty and Maxine match, there was the interaction with all 4
Natty
of them.
Kill Maxine?
Yeah.
Like on Raw, she like one shot into the turnbuckle that you see 99 times a year from every person just throwing someone into the turnbuckle ring. Maxine was dead. Like she did not move.
She was doing a Johnny Gargano and she was just like...
Sold it well, but yeah, look, like that was pretty. And then,
you know what? That would have been a good way to start the podcast. Just come in and I'm just like planking on the table.
Oh, because of how mid the entire pay-per-view was. I just wasted 3 hours of my life.
Shall we talk about Punk and Finn now?
Oh, geez, I wonder who won that match.
What a surprise! There was a moment.
No, there wasn't.
There was a moment when I thought. I thought it was going to happen. I was suspending my disbelief.
The second coup de grace.
The second one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Obviously, I'm in all Punk attire, the Chicago hat and everything. 19,500 people in the arena. Really well done. I'm so glad that one of the people in that arena was Brock Lesnar guy who's now back to watching pay-per-views instead of doing stuff on Twitch. Good for you, champion. No one cares. The start, Finn getting his original music is exactly what we wanted. I'm glad this is going to hopefully lead to a Finn face turn because it kind of seems the way they've been pitching him.
Yeah.
Is to eventually leave Judgment Day and be a bit of a face.
Well, we assumed that this would lead somehow to Dom interfering / JD getting involved in the match, costing Finn, and then that would lead to the Intercontinental Championship match and the return of the Demon.
Yes.
But unfortunately, there's a AAA show on, which I highly suspect
Dom
Dominic
Dom's not on
Mysterio. No, he might not be on it, but he may be there
maybe
because
booked
he
for
is their AAA mega champion.
That is true.
So that
Mega
dashed
can't
all
be
the
on.
hopes. Yeah, mega.
Well, because I mean, you saw on it was Raw this week, I'm pretty sure, where Finn said, "Look, I've got my match this weekend. Like, I don't want you guys to interfere, leave me alone." And then Dom said, "Well, I have a match against Penta next week for the IC title. Please interfere because I do want your help."
Yeah, please help.
So I think that maybe instead of us having Dom cost Finn tonight, because we all knew that Punk was going to win anyway, I think that Dom might lose to Penta or be very close to losing to Penta and not have Finn interfere. And then he'll get back to the clubhouse and be like, "Where the hell were you guys? I said I wanted your help and stuff." And Finn was like, "No, I don't think so." And then that's where you start your Dom and Finn feud.
But does JD come out to try and help because he's a good stablemate?
Yes.
And he fails to help Dom?
Or, yeah. And then JD gets angry at Finn. I mean, Finn gets angry at JD because...
Because for going out.
Yeah.
And then Dom gets cranky at Finn for not coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
there we go.
there's your tension.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
But look, this match was great. The CM Punk entrance, superb. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you were like, every time someone gets a big entrance, big spectacle entrance.
True.
Because you brought up the whole John Cena being on...
The No Contest Wrestling podcast, which is the one with O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, if you're not aware of who that is.
Who?
Ice Cube.
Oh.
It's his kid.
Oh.
O'Shea Jackson Jr. Like he's
I had no idea.
Yeah, O'Shea's like...
Because I've seen that podcast several times. I had no idea.
He's been involved in wrestling for a while. He's an actor.
Okay.
He does a whole bunch of stuff. I think he's probably done rapping and things too because, he's
Did
talented.
he play his father in that movie?
Yes, he did.
Fucking of course.
But so that's a really good podcast. They've only been doing it for 6 months, but they're going obviously. They're also tied to ESPN and the Rich.
They have some really good content.
That helps. Yeah. But they had a 2.5 hour interview with John Cena. I do recommend watching it because John Cena is probably one of the greatest human beings in the entire world. He is just
undeniable,
so phenomenally brilliant as a human. Not only just as a wrestler, but just a general human. He's fantastic. But there was a point where he was talking about his first ever WWE Championship match, which was against JBL. And they were booking the stuff the morning of, and they were going through different plans. And then JBL was talking about how he wanted his limousine to come out and do this. And then all the JBL $100 bills were going to fall from the ceiling and all this different extra stuff for the entrance. And Cena was like, "Cool, that's sick. That's all right. So what do I get?" And JBL was like, "Nothing. You're going over." And
you get the championship.
So you're going to win. And then as soon as I told you that story, and then CM Punk gets the Bulls 1996, the Michael Jordan entrance with the
long
announcers,
entrance,
the Goldberg thing coming out of the locker room and stuff. And then you were like, is it because the other guy goes over? And I was like, no, surely not. No way they do this.
So I momentarily had my suspense disbelief.
But this match was fun. This match was exactly what we said it was going to be. I'm kind of glad there was no interference, that you got the clean finish despite what Finn did to the AJ and Punk match a couple of weeks ago on Raw.
Yeah.
But, a couple of GTSs, he rolled to the outside of the ring. There was some sling blades. They went through the barricade area.
Coup de grace, kick out, which...
Yeah, that was very close.
Second one got reversed into a fucking sharpshooter.
That was a
sick sequence.
That was a very, very good spot from Punk. But look, this was a good match. It was exactly what we anticipated it to be.
Finish was a little
The finish
flat.
was flat.
Because you had that sharpshooter spot, and then Punk just gets up, stomps Finn a few times, pulls him up, GTS, and that's it.
And I get he looked tired, and Roman Reigns even tweeted afterwards for saying, "I wonder who was more tired, the crowd or..."
Tweet right here.
Thanks. It's going to be there. Who was more tired, the crowd or CM Punk? But, enjoy your last few months of relevancy.
He's coming back.
Of course, they said during this match that Roman Reigns will be on Raw in Indianapolis on Monday to face the winner of this. And it was like, yeah, CM Punk. We all know. You've already put the graphics
on every Raw in the lead up to WrestleMania, pretty much.
Bar a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm pumped.
The second you announced the Punk and Roman matches, and Michael Cole jamming it down our throats. Match. It might be the biggest WrestleMania main event ever. They were never letting Finn win this match. And
sometimes it's good to just get
involved,
was
fine. It was fine. I think it was a complete waste of time.
And then the show of respect from Finn after the match as well.
Yep. Solidifies the face turn.
You said don't turn, don't be a heel, don't attack him, and he didn't.
Good.
So
then AJ came out and they held their titles up, and that was great.
Yeah.
And then we can skip the next 20 minutes of the show because nothing happened, right?
No, the crate. We have to talk about the crate.
Why?
But we were all expecting it. but we were still disappointed.
I know we were all expecting it. And we were like, weeks ago, it's like, it's going to be Chris Jericho. No, it's going to be a WrestleMania discount code. No. I pitched a really fun idea that you do the crate at the start of the show and you open the crate and it's the Demon and it says the Demon will be back. And then Finn Balor wrestles CM Punk as the Demon tonight. And I'll be like, that would have given me
cool.
A suspension of disbelief that maybe the Demon beats him.
But then, no, that would have been a terrible idea because then if the Demon doesn't win, that's like his third in-ring loss.
Yeah.
That's not good for the Demon.
No.
The Demon's meant to be untouchable, unbeatable.
Well,
it was meant to be.
It's called Pin Balor for a reason. So let's be fair.
Rough.
But then, no, so we've got the crate, and this to me was so flat as an entire segment. You've talked up this crate. It was shipped from Raw to SmackDown, SmackDown to Raw, Raw back to SmackDown. You had R-Truth tell everyone how to use the ESPN app in front of it on SmackDown. Comedy, how funny.
And then talk about pizza in front of it tonight.
And then you wheel it out, and Aldous and Pierce just pop it open,
and then there's another coffin inside. I was like, what the fuck's the dead man doing?
But then they just walk away.
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't know what to do with this. And then they just walk off.
And then it swings open. The coffin swings open.
It does. Yep.
And you can see people peeking through a curtain.
That's gotta be Kane.
No, it's just Danhausen. And it was like, the rumors started circulating this week because Danhausen is good friends with CM Punk.
He is.
He's also from Chicago, isn't he?
I don't know. Maybe. He's from the Midwest. Let's give him that.
He's good friends with CM Punk. That's it. That's why he got this.
Yeah, he was removed from the AEW roster page during the week, and you could put
today. I think it was.
Was it? Was it this late?
It's like this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Look, Danhausen. If you haven't seen him on AEW,
we were expecting it.
He curses people. He's a comedy act.
It was so bad. He did the curse thing, and it was just like a little trickle of sparks from the scaffolding.
Very nice, very evil, Danhausen.
Very disappointing.
Yeah. Look, it was fine. I think he got a bit of a pop when the music first hit, and everyone's like, "Oh, cool, it's Danhausen." We found out what's in the crate. But then by the end of his little dance segment, the crowd was booing it.
Yeah, but like they got in the ring and they did the thing, and he was in ring gear, and I was like, "Oh, he's just gonna have a match. Cool. Just have like a quick match, curse someone, be done with it." No, the lights go out, and I was like, "Holy shit! Are they break down the walls too?" No, they just disappeared from the ring, and I fell off the couch.
He literally did.
In despair.
I think the only way to have fixed that would have been to have somebody out first. Probably The Miz. If The Miz had been in the ring first, been like, "Hey, I'm sick of being disrespected. You put me up against Obafemi. It's not what I should have. This is the worst thing. I need to be treated like the superstar that I am and given my position on this roster." And then you open the crate. Then Danhausen comes out and curses
him in the ring. Miz starts to charge him and falls over.
Yeah. Maybe
something would have been better than that.
Maybe Danhausen can curse Jey Uso so he can keep botching, and there's a reason for it.
All right. Well,
no.
Let's use that as a way to segue away from Danhausen. Talk about Jey Uso, who qualified on Monday Night Raw in the qualifier match against Penta.
No, against original El Grande Americano.
OG Americano and Bronson Reed, who unfortunately was originally going to be the winner.
He was.
Has torn his bicep. And
successful surgery?
Yes, successful surgery already, which is a quick turnaround for a surgery. To get
speedy recovery, Bronson.
Yes, please.
Let's hope all the body biz can help you.
Yeah. He'll come back even trimmer than before.
Not too trim, though. You can't take too much size away from the tsunami, all right?
Yeah.
Got to keep a lot of the bulk there for the tsunami, all right?
Yeah.
For us big boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, that whole... I kind of want to... I'm going to shit on that match completely. Not all because of Bronson's injury, because obviously when he got hit with the German suplex, I think that's when it popped, and then the second time when he dove over to break up the pin,
he literally got up and he looked at his arm.
Like, and you could tell. The biggest problem to me, and this is something that every wrestler I've ever seen interviewed and stuff is that you've got to work on your feet, right? You've got to play what's in front of you.
Yeah.
OG Americano and Jey Uso sat there. and were just like, what the fuck? What do we do?
What do we do?
And they just watched it and didn't do anything. And then they kind of had a really shitty, like, sort of couple punches, and they just kept watching. Like, no. Like, injuries happen in wrestling. It's one of those things that we've seen happen over and over again. Triple H tore his fucking quad at the start of a match and different things. Like, things have happened that you have to work through. Those two guys stopped. And they had no way to get through it. And whether or not it's because they obviously hadn't planned a finish because Bronson was meant to win it. But it just, to me, looked really unprofessional from Jay that he's meant to be like, you know, the main event Jay and he's former world champion and stuff. No clue what to do. No clue what to do with that match. And then obviously the ref had to tell him what to happen and they went home with a simple finish. Then you've got him being taken out on SmackDown and blah, blah, blah. So you could put Logan Paul in because the whole part of the men's chamber match was around the Vision. And you couldn't do that when there was no Vision member in there.
Yes, correct.
So we get where it went. That whole Monday thing on Raw was an absolute schmozzle.
Yeah. Before we touch on the chamber itself, Jay getting taken out, Jacob Fatu being like, that's my family, put me in the chamber instead. I'll avenge him, blah, blah, blah. Logan Paul wants to be in it. They set up the qualifying match. Logan Paul wins. Before they got to that match, Sami Zayn called out Jacob Fatu and said, oh, how do we know that you didn't take out Jay just to take his spot in the chamber? And I think we might find out that Sami was in fact the one to take out Jey Uso.
Yeah, we're going to Sami heel turn? But potentially in this promo, didn't Jacob say Drew's the one that kicked my teeth down my throat? I'm pretty sure he said that. I don't know if they have specifically said that Drew was the one that took Jacob out, but Jacob definitely said in this promo,
kicked his teeth down his throat since he's come back. That's the way that I took it as. I
I
wasn't sure if that was them being like, yeah, Drew was the attacker and let's just sweep it on the rug.
That's kind of how I saw it.
I mean,
which is shit because like you don't have that storyline.
There's so much speculation. I wonder if they like actually wanted to beat Cody, but they've realized we can't turn Cody heel. He's our fucking like number one. He's our QB1.
You can still turn Cody.
Self-proclaimed QB1. What an absolute ass.
I don't know.
To proclaim yourself the guy.
Yeah, well,
kind of cringe. What do you want to talk about?
If you watch that No Contest Wrestling podcast with Cena, one of the things that Cena talks about a lot on there is the data, right? And the fact that he used to read the data. For all of the shows. And some people would be saying, they would say that, you know, I'm the reason that the ticket sales and stuff are going up, right? It's all about me. I need this main event push. I need to be paid the most money, whatever. And then you go look at the data and the merch sales and you'd be like, well, you've got 2% of merch sales.
I've got 20.
So you're not actually drawing people into the building. And if you are drawing people into the building, what is the one thing as a wrestling fan that can show that you're there to see somebody?
Merchandise.
Merch is buying the merch. Cody's the biggest merch seller. QB1.
Jay's up there.
Jay's always up there, and that's why he keeps getting these pushes because people buy his merch. Rhea's always up there. John Cena's always up there. The Stone Cold shirt is still probably the best sold shirt in the WWE shop.
I mean, we're getting Stone Cold back? I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. Kidding. But like, that's one of the data points that they utilize, and that's one of the things that Cody leads at. So you kind of have to say he's QB1 for that. But I'm not sold on the Jacob Sami edge of the rest of this world thing. Like, I think that could be interesting. I
don't see how they really fit into the match at WrestleMania that we perceive will happen. So we can kind of like start talking about that now.
Just to touch on Sami before we move on is obviously he calls out Jacob. He goes really angry. And then he says,
apologize.
I'm sorry. But then when Jacob leaves,
stop being so Canadian.
He gets angry and flips the table, and like this is the Karrion Kross Sami Zayn story 2 years too late. Like where you've got the bad guy on the shoulder. This is what Aleister Black is trying to do with Randy Orton, which kind of ties maybe into the finish of the chamber, but like where you have to take advantage of your spots. You have to be the bad guy when you need to.
Yep.
And Sami has always been no. Now is he going to do it after we tried to do this with Karrion Kross and everyone was like, yes, turn him. We want to see a change. We want to do it. And we didn't. And now they're like, oh, do it 18 months later, I guess. Why not?
Silly. Very silly. Men's chamber. Starting the match, Cody and Javon Evans. Following entrance was Trick Williams, Logan Paul, LA Knight, Randy Orton.
Trick's entrance.
Just standing there on the little like Bobby Roode platform. and just like slowly turning around with the
Glorious.
spotlight. Oh, phenomenal.
Is there a more over wrestler right now than Trick Williams?
No,
I don't
think so.
The fact that he has got a pair of shoes over
lemon pepper steppers.
part of his character, lemon pepper steppers, he's so ridiculously over.
I love it.
All the other people, Mark Henry, everyone busted open, all the other people, like they're all saying, like you can see it. You can see his trajectory.
But Uncle Dave says he's not that good in the ring. I don't know. I saw that article this week. I figured I'd find a moment to slide it in. That's all we're going to mention.
Because you definitely pay so much to Uncle Dave's things, considering our episode last week where you went through all of the awards and you knew half of them. If that. Trick's entrance, whoop that Trick. He had a match. Did he have a match on SmackDown? Or he brawled with LA? No, they brawled with LA Knight at the start, didn't he?
Yeah.
And they had that spot where
SmackDown.
each competitor comes out and interrupts each other until they get to the end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, Trick just looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's got to get a push post Mania. And to think,
give him the belt at Mania.
To think,
United States.
Trick and Javon were on NXT
mere months ago.
Yeah, turn of the year. They're still NXT, and now they're main eventing a pay-per-view, a PLE. Sorry,
it's wild. It's fine. Even Randy Orton made that mistake on the post show. I think we can cut ourselves some slack. A couple of spots because we had all competitors still in the match by the time Randy Orton came out, who was the last competitor to get released from the pod. So a couple of key spots before Randy comes in. Logan Paul getting smashed through the pod immediately after he came out of it.
Yep.
Great. Logan Paul, again, copping it, getting thrown off the top of the pod by Javon and LA Knight onto Cody Rhodes and Trick Williams to take them out. Nice little crossbody. And then the single best looking BFT on top of the pod to Javon Evans.
I hate the BFT so much.
Sarcasm.
It's such a bad finisher. Come on.
It wasn't as far away. I get it. It wasn't as far away as you said, though.
I know, but it still looks pretty terrible.
He was like, he was this far away from the pod. He never even touched it.
Oh, yeah, he didn't. But then to see LA Knight mere minutes later hits Cody Rhodes with a burning hammer, that's a way better finishing move.
I think he needs to.
Use the burning hammer.
The burning hammer needs to be his finisher.
It's so much
Was it
better.
his finisher in like TNA and NWA? Is that maybe why he has it in his back pocket? We might have to do some research.
Well, now there's no John
Protect
Cena
our journalistic integrity.
No John Cena hitting FUs and AAs. Like,
Yeah,
you can use it.
things are wide open now.
I was pretty mad with how they utilized Javon Evans in this match.
Yes.
Because he ran out to the ring and he climbed up the thing. You're like,
I thought he was going to get on top of the chamber.
I really thought he was too. That would have been wild.
That would have been cool.
But
cool
no,
spot.
he didn't get on top of the chamber. He bounced around a couple of times. Then he had that spot where he copped the BFT and then he hit a frog splash on Trick Williams and then got thrown out of the way, 1, 2, 3. And then he was eliminated.
No. Well, he got RKO'd. What, didn't he?
No,
I got the note.
No, Logan hit him with the
pulverizer. The pulverizer.
Which is a sick looking finishing move. And I think
like when he hits it on guys that he can hit it on,
it
looks great.
Javon like over rotated.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
I think he talks too much when he shouldn't.
No OG cutter off a pod. Nothing off the cage.
Crazy, just a frog splash off the top.
I feel like that's a massive missed opportunity.
Yeah. I get you.
The other thing that we could tell when you watch this match continue was when Logan Paul eliminated everybody with like low blows, with these roll-ups, different things. I was like, hang on a minute. This would be a spot that Bronson Reed would have had. Yeah. Where Bronson would have squashed somebody and 1, 2, 3. Because it was a very clear run of elimination.
So Logan Paul eliminated Javon Evans. Yep. He then did the low blow to LA Knight and rolled him up for the pin. And he then stole the pin to eliminate Trick Williams off Cody Rhodes after the crossroads.
Yeah, so my assumption would have been he hits the crossroads, then a tsunami. 1, 2, 3. Boom. And obviously because of the injury on Monday, they didn't have time to rebook the entire chamber. And like we said, there are storylines that play into the vision having to be in there. So Logan had to be there. It's just Logan Paul isn't Bronson Reed. Yeah. And you kind of have to change the way those eliminations happened. Mm. But to me, look, it still paid off. It still worked out.
But we reached the crux of that match. Mm-hmm. Logan Paul standing on top, people being eliminated.
Trick getting taken out slowly.
And it's like, all right, when they showed him getting taken out a couple of times, and when they did that with the prolonged camera angle,
And
you're
the
like,
door
righto,
open.
something's happening here. We had a masked man run out, try to scale the chamber, which initially, like, I saw him try to scale, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, why would you climb on top of it? Doesn't make any sense.
Diversionary tactic, because it
Yes.
was another fake masked man, much like the one on SmackDown.
Yep.
Gets unmasked, and it's just some random dude, likely someone who's been trained by Seth Rollins, like the guy from SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting pulled down the entranceway, and then as Trick, and I really love this shot because it literally looks like the masked man comes out of fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Trick's getting helped down the steps, then he just sneaks in the ring. Super kick Logan Paul to the gut. Stomp. Cody gets the pin to eliminate Logan Paul. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Masked man standing outside of the ropes. Finally get the reveal, and Seth Rollins has returned.
Seth's back.
He's back.
Which is, that was the only way you were going to make this story. I mean, it was the only good pop that I really got from the entire Elimination Chamber event.
That was Dan's favorite part of the show.
It's his favorite part. But this was the only really satisfying finish to this masked man storyline was going to be Seth.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like you probably were going to play this on longer with other decoy masked men's and different things. Like there was like Grayson Waller was 1,000% the guy in the suit a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that was just covering up because it couldn't have been Seth. I feel like they were going to drag it on a bit more if Bronson didn't get injured. As soon as Bronson was out, and now there is no vision.
Yeah. Well,
There's no Bronson. There is no Bron. There is no one for Seth to feud with in that sense. What's the purpose of delaying this masked man story if Seth can come in and hit a stomp? If he could do it, great. Seth back on TV.
and there's still 7 weeks for him to rehab. Like if he's not at 100% right now and was just well enough to get that stomp done to progress the story,
Yep.
7 weeks of rehab to get to WrestleMania to have a match.
Yep.
And then if he still needs a little more rehab after that, I reckon if he's not 100%, he can at least get through a WrestleMania match.
I think so too. And I think it's probably a good idea to have him on TV, right? It's a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
He's been doing Good Morning America and good the football shows and things like that. Like he's been doing media circles. He's okay to travel. He's fine. If he's not in pain, put him on TV. He can hit a stomp. He can cut promos. You just don't have him wrestle or do any moves with anyone for a couple of weeks. I don't think anyone's going to pay attention to that because we're all focused on what's happening at WrestleMania in 6 weeks. Yeah. We're not focusing on what's going to happen on Raw next week. We're not expecting Seth to have a match with someone.
We're getting Roman Reigns and CM Punk facing off.
And Brock Lesnar's coming back for his open challenge. Which
all right, well, yeah, no. But
segue to that quickly?
Finish Chamber.
Okay.
Or do we segue to that?
Let's segue to Brock.
Segue to Brock, because you said before we started recording the single worst Paul Heyman promo you've seen.
It was pretty bad.
I don't remember it being that bad.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was the Wrestle Talk guys on their podcast. They translated the whole, like, wrote it all down so they could have it. 10% of the words
was Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He said Brock Lesnar like 13 times. I am an advocate of Brock Lesnar.
But to be fair,
and if you want to face
was
Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, you're going to have to come to face Brock Lesnar in Las Vegas after he's been on Monday Night Raw next week with Brock Lesnar ready for us. Come on, man.
But that was always Paul Heyman's promos. Like he'd always emphasize it's Brock Lesnar.
Do it once. It was flat. And I feel like this again is panic stations.
This is them going, shit, we don't have a good opponent lined up.
Oh, they should have a good opponent.
They should. It is 7 weeks from WrestleMania. We've had the Obafemi theory for ages now. There's this stupid LA Knight one that's been going around as well.
And now there is the best one.
Danhausen.
Danhausen
versus... Is that what you say?
Yep. What else are you going to do with Danhausen? He's a comedy spot. Brock Lesnar goes out to WrestleMania and says, I'll face anyone.
It's fucking dead.
Face me. And Danhausen comes out and tries to curse him, and Brock's just like, fuck off. F5. F5. F5.
Well, I was going to say, do you reckon Brock actually plays along with the curse? But I really don't think Brock would.
This isn't.
Because that'd be funny.
Box Lesnar. That's how you get the story of Box Lesnar and Danhausen.
Box Lesnar. Wow. Poetic justice.
Do it.
Yeah, people are mad about the whole open challenge thing.
Well,
I'm kind of keen. Like, Brock is on every Raw in March. I'm keen to see how many weeks they're going to leave it for someone to appear Or if someone does come out and he just decimates them and
Yep,
be
I
like,
think-
you're not there, move on.
That's the plan. I think that's the way you have to pitch it.
Like Miz comes out.
And you destroy
He's
your
just
Miz.
like 5 F5s, F5 through the announce table.
Yep.
Leave him in a bloody mess on the announce table.
Yep. And then you
That's
build it
not
up
him.
and you build it
Next.
up and you build it up to, and then it's a Sheamus and then he gets thrown away and then it's a Rusev and then he gets thrown away.
No, let's not breeze past that. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Sheamus Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah, it'd be a banger.
Yeah. A banger after banger.
It would be a banger.
I feel like that they'd be able to do a good slobber knocker
Big
style
man
match.
slap man-made match.
But then, like, you look at how Brock reacted to Ilya's chops in the Rumble and just, like, completely no-sold him, then just, like,
have you seen the footage that Brock, like, went kayfabe and asked them to eliminate him in the Royal Rumble early?
during Jay's entrance?
Yep. Like, Brock was like, just get me out of here.
I wonder if he literally just did go into business for himself, be like, I don't deal with this shit, I'm out.
But I guarantee
It
you
looks
that's
like,
exactly
it
what
looks
happened.
like it.
It's exactly like that's what happened.
Yeah, crazy. All right, back to the chamber. Seth appears.
Yep.
Stomps Logan Paul.
Stares at Cody for a little bit, walks away.
Yeah, that. There's got to be something there. There's something about that. Is that just them being like sharing their, like acknowledging their history
Yeah, I think so.
and just being like,
We'll come back to this.
yeah.
Put a pin in this.
Oh,
We'll
so
circle back.
you've got something?
No, that's what I think those two did. We'll circle back to this.
Okay. Good. Seth leaves. And it was at this point, the door's still open. And I'm like, and I did call this
You did.
much
You
before the
called this.
chamber because I was like, oh, how do we get to that multi-man match with Drew McIntyre defending his championship at WrestleMania?
That's
Well,
always
the answer is now we don't. But my pitch was Drew comes in, Cody and Randy are your last competitors.
Mhm.
He decimates the both of them. We don't have a winner. We figure it out. Multi-man match, WrestleMania. Both of them get the championship opportunity.
Mhm.
You can weave Jacob into that, Sammy, blah, 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 blah.
I still think that's what happens.
Yes.
But obviously, in this case, Drew hits Cody in the back of the head with the belt.
Yep.
He gets in, he goes to try and Claymore him.
Does
Randy
not.
Gets him
Claymore.
with an RKO. He pops
Pops up.
straight back up into a crossroads.
No, your favorite spot, popping right back up after a finisher.
And then, like we said, Randy had the voices in his head that he's been creeping up on him long and long
Took
time.
advantage.
Saw Cody pop straight back up from his crossroads. Bang, RKO, 1, 2, 3.
I fucking loved how they finished that.
Perfect. That was the right finish for it,
Yeah.
right? For Randy to do it. You've now got Nick Aldis has got mad and said,
Yeah.
we've asked you to stay out of it all the time. And if you watch the post-match presser, Aldis came out and said, Drew, we've told you to stay away. We've told you to stop
Time and
getting
time
involved.
again.
You have not done it. So guess what? You've tried to avoid Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Congratulations, you have. But Portland, Oregon, SmackDown this Friday, it's going to be you versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. And that's going to then get Cody as the champion. And you're going to get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Champ for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Like I said, it was going to happen weeks ago. And I just don't know how I feel about it now.
Yeah, because you were pretty keen on that idea, but now you're not.
Now I'm not. Now I'm
Yeah.
not as keen. And I don't know
No.
why I'm not as keen on it now.
Because, like, my thing is, if that does happen and we get Cody dethroning Drew on SmackDown, which,
Mhm.
and then Cody Randy for the championship,
then you get Drew
to get
versus Nick
15.
Aldis at WrestleMania.
and Drew versus Nick Aldis, that kind of redeems it slightly. But what do you actually have Sammy be like, I took Jay out to try and get
And then
another
Jacob fights
opportunity, and then Jacob Sammy at WrestleMania? Like, what do those two do if they're not involved in that championship picture? If Drew's not in it,
Don't know.
that's the problem.
Do you get Jacob to answer the Brock Lesnar Open Challenge?
Fuck, I wouldn't mind that. Jacob Fatu versus Brock Lesnar, are you kidding me?
That'd be fun.
We going ham, boys. We going ham.
Because like you could
Oh my goodness.
think
Oh my
how
damn.
disappointed you would be being Braden and having Jacob Fatu not on WrestleMania. No, I'm not just you, Braden. I'm just
Think
joking.
about Braden and how he feels about Jacob Fatu when you're booking.
like if you think about it and you have someone like Jacob Fatu and you don't book him and he keeps losing, well, not losing, just not getting the opportunity and it gets to WrestleMania and he's not booked and there's nothing there for him. And
Especially
everyone's
when
like,
he was United States champion last year.
and everyone's like, how can you do WrestleMania without Jacob Fatu? This is an absolute joke. Triple H doesn't know how to book. This is terrible. This is the worst. Oh my God, he's the open challenge for Brock Lesnar. That's the greatest match ever.
Woo!
You fixed it.
Redemption.
I don't think they'll do it, but that would be
No.
fun.
That wraps up Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
Overall, as we said at the start, very nice, very evil, very average.
Yeah.
But like the ending chaos of Elimination Chamber redeemed it slightly. Slightly.
Seth brought it back.
Seth brought it back, having Cody and Randy team up on Drew to get him out of the way, and then Randy quickly capitalizing and beating Cody.
That was fine. The Punk match, again, unnecessary. Good match, didn't need it. AJ Becky was mid. Like, it was kind of what I expected it to be.
Women's Chamber was expected after what happened on SmackDown.
After what happened on SmackDown, it was kind of telegraphed.
Literally, as soon as I saw, because I didn't watch SmackDown live, as soon as I saw Lash and Nia won, I was like, Mommy's winning the Chamber.
Yeah.
Like, that was my immediate thought.
The right decision, but again, it just kind of fell flat. Like, it was there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like one of the... This is not an Elimination Chamber match of either of them, to be fair, that I'm ever going to go back and watch again.
Probably not.
There was no spots in there, nothing amazing that I was going to be like, I need to go see that again. They were both fine. So yeah, mid show in total.
Let's talk about a few other things that have happened during the week before we wrap it up. I know we've nearly gone the hour just talking about Chamber.
We're jamming in two different shows.
It's all right. We've got an overrun. Thanks, Chris. We've got news stories. We'll touch on them first, and then we'll move to a couple things from Raw that we haven't. Or do we want to go the other way?
There's one big thing from Raw we need to talk about.
Let's just talk about it first. Okay. AJ Styles, welcome to the WWE Hall of Fame in 2026.
Oh, look, we kind of thought this was going to be the case. Was it?
No.
You didn't think so?
No.
I kind of had an inkling.
I know a lot of people online are being like, why isn't John Cena in the Hall of Fame? He retired before AJ Styles. Why are they rushing AJ Styles in?
Because John Cena's a company man and he'll do it in Saudi next year.
Yeah, where he gets paid more.
He'll do it. He will.
Absolutely next year.
But also, you had Stephanie McMahon already announced for this.
Yes.
And so AJ and Stephanie as co-headliners is pretty big. John Cena is a class of his own.
Yes.
You could literally put in, we actually all got good cards there. I don't even know some bad cards. You could put, I don't know, Kiana James and Otis and Akira Tozawa in the Hall of Fame and John Cena as the headliner, and everyone would go to it because it's John Cena.
Yeah.
It does not matter who else is there. Whereas, not saying that people won't care for AJ, but like, for pure WWE fans, AJ Styles is phenomenal. He's had a 10-year career, but that's it.
Yeah.
I think the internet wrestling community, we all know of AJ's New Japan run. We know of his TNA. We know of his Ring of Honor. We know of everything that he's done.
And no AEW run, much to your chagrin.
No AEW run yet.
And this is what I wanted to talk about with this as well.
Please.
Because he went on the Good Brothers podcast.
He did.
And they all talked about how screwed AJ's neck has been for a long time.
Yep.
WWE putting AJ Styles into the Hall of Fame is not them trying to stop him from going to AEW. This came from AJ Styles' mouth as well, mind you. He's calling it. He's done.
But he called this months ago. So again, I'll go back to that No Contest Wrestling one with John Cena, that podcast that they had. Go watch it. Very good. He started talking about the match between him and AJ in Perth.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, that was a great match for him because he was noticing that the turn didn't go so well and the crowd started to get behind him again when he was a heel with his Randy Orton match and then with his Punk match, and they just kept getting more and more.
Did he mention or talk at all about the little post-match nuances that he put in?
Yes.
Okay.
With putting the belt backwards and not talking to Stu and all this.
No. I meant after the matches when he would win and retain the championship. There were a few times where he'd look around and be like, the crowd.
He was saying that he could tell they wanted him back and they were waiting for a time to do it. But then when they got to the AJ match, he was back to being face because it was obviously after he dropped the title to Cody. He was full face John Cena again. And so him and AJ were talking, and it wasn't actually meant to be him and AJ in Perth. It was meant to be him and Drew McIntyre, which was weird. But then he said the fans asked, they went to the fans and we tweeted and we said, we want AJ. And so that's what happened. And so him and AJ started talking, and AJ said to him, well, I'm retiring. I'm done at the Rumble. He goes, poetically, that was what AJ told Cena, was that I debuted in the Rumble. I want to retire at the Rumble. It's a good 10-year storyline. That's the choice that I'm making. This is October. So when everyone's like, they did this all later with Gunther and stuff to make him. No, AJ had made this decision already. And then they were saying, John Cena was saying that was the point where he started to put some homages in his moves. He was hitting the black hole slam and different things. And he was saying to AJ, I'm going to start doing a few more of them. And AJ was like, oh, that'd be cool if I did some notes for my TNA career. And he was like, that's great. Do we want to just go ham? Let's go ham. Hence the best match of WWE from 2025 was John Cena versus AJ Styles with a bunch of finisher moves in it.
Great.
But that to me was like, that was the point when like AJ knew then he was retiring at the Rumble. And then the Rumble comes around, he gets the finish that he wants. Everyone's overbooking. I was overbooking that he was going to have a TNA run.
I'm so glad I'm one of the few who didn't.
You didn't. That's fair. I wouldn't even have a TNA run. It's obviously not going to happen. But yeah, for him to come out on the Good Brothers and stuff and say, look, I didn't plan on AEW and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to wrestle again. And I think that if you watch like the vlog backstage of all those sort of things, they talk one to Gallows, and Gallows like says to it, he goes, I didn't think AJ would retire. I think he's still got more in him. And I'm pretty sure Anderson says the same thing. Like he's in the best shape of his career. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world right now.
Yeah.
But we looked into his eyes and he's done. And
he said like if his son commits to wrestling and gets to a point where they can have a tag match, he will consider that.
Yeah.
Which is like completely understandable. I'm not going to get mad about that.
Yeah, of course. But is he going to sign for a 12
6 months run with like Kenny Omega, MJF? It's not happening, guys.
Yeah,
it's not
I
happening.
think so. But this to me was a very great retirement speech from AJ Styles. I'm glad they got him to do it back in Georgia, back in where he wanted to be.
Yeah.
For him to say that I didn't put my gloves down in Saudi because I wanted to do it when I got home. That kind of all just worked out really nicely.
The promo package with Creed.
Can you take
as soon as I heard the opening like guitar, I was like, oh, perfect choice.
Great. That was all superb. And then for all of the superstars to be on the stage for him. And now you've got The Undertaker in this new role.
He's the induct taker.
The induct taker. Can we like TM that? Can we like copyright that right now?
The induct taker.
That's pretty good. Yeah, riding out. I mean, to the American
little extravagant.
A little extravagant with that. Also, like
I was like, what are they doing?
Kid Rock, American Badass, is a bit on the nose at the moment. I wouldn't have chosen that one. I would have gone with the Limp Bizkit version, but that's fine. I
don't know if they got the rights to it anymore.
Oh, just give Fred Durst a call, mate, please.
I'm sure.
I'm sure he'd be happy for a check from WWE. Great that, I mean, he came out and said, you and I have got some unfinished business. And I was like, oh, God, don't let two old guys wrestle at Mania.
Oh, I was so scared for a second. I didn't, like, literally, that was the first thing. I was like, fuck, they can't have another match. No. It was not in my head that he was going to induct him into the Hall of Fame.
But then he's like, you've still got places to go, and that's into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And that, like, from what everybody has said since, was an absolute surprise to AJ Styles and his family. He didn't know that was happening. Great.
Yeah.
Superb. Loved this completely. This I think was that for everybody for the last couple of months that have said WWE have screwed AJ Styles because you didn't give him a retirement run. You didn't let him retire at Mania. You didn't let him have this. Blah, blah, blah.
We got it.
We
just didn't know it.
This is what they did. Exactly.
And that was the thing, like John Cena doing his retirement run has now set that expectation for other people to do similar.
Yep. Well, and I think, I don't know, it was somewhere else I was listening to the podcast. That's not really a Western culture in terms of how WWE, whatever, like American wrestlers
never done anything like that.
Tanahashi, New Japan, 100% is exactly how they do it. I will retire at next year's Wrestle Kingdom and you get the whole, my last match here, my last match here. That's definitely a Japanese tradition for how they do things. Never really been the same. Like Shawn Michaels was like, I'll put my career on the line at WrestleMania and then he's done. Ric Flair did the same thing and then came out of retirement 17 more times. But in general, like the way that the Western style American wrestlers do it is they put it into a storyline and then it's done. Yeah. They don't do a retirement tour. John Cena broke that mold.
Yeah.
I don't think CM Punk is going to have a 12-month retirement tour.
Nope.
I don't think Randy Orton will have a retirement tour.
Nope.
I don't think Brock Lesnar will. I think Brock Lesnar will
Brock's
retire.
done after SummerSlam this year.
I'm 90% sure, yes.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be, I'm going to have a match in my hometown. It's the last time I'm done.
Yeah. All right. There's two things from SmackDown to potentially talk about.
Okay.
Gunther, from Raw, sorry.
Yep.
Gunther interrupting Michael Cole and Corey Graves to start the show when they wanted to talk about AJ Styles. Getting attacked by Dragon Lee again. We all know this leads to Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Do we?
We do. Do you know who else agrees with me on my theory? Freddie Prinze Jr. And if a man of that caliber...
If Sarah Michelle Gellar's husband can say it.
Yeah. If he's agreeing with my point of view that is Gunther Ray at WrestleMania, you need to accept it. A former writer with WWE.
Is that for Ray's career?
It's got to be. Gunther's a career killer.
It's got to be Dom. Don't do
It
this
doesn't
to me.
have to be Dom.
It does. It has
Doesn't
to be
have to be.
Dominic Mysterio
Doesn't have
and
to
Rey Mysterio. Can't. No. No.
All right, we'll quickly move away from that so you don't get too crazy.
Yeah, but look, I don't think they're dropping the ball with Gunther, but I'm worried.
Yeah, it's not
Worry
hitting the
where
mark
this
for me.
goes.
Yeah, it's not hitting the mark for me. Liv has made
Maybe
her
he can
official.
retire Danhausen at WrestleMania.
Liv Morgan has made her decision official as well. She is facing Stephanie Vaquer
She is
in a heinous attack on Monday Night Raw
with a microphone.
with the microphone, and then the kick to the stomach as well, and then the throwing the belt, like vigorously throwing the belt at her
That's
afterwards.
a heavy belt.
There. Stephanie did not look happy. So we have that match official for WrestleMania now as well.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of things from NXT to touch on.
Yep.
Brand new North American champion, Miles Bourne. Congratulations.
Does this mean?
I know you can't hear us right now, but congratulations.
Wow, brother! Wow. Fickle. Can you say it in Spanish so Stephanie can translate it for him?
No.
No.
I can't speak Spanish. A lot of people are mad about that
Quiero
though,
Taco
because
Bell.
Ethan Page tied over
Yes.
Femi's record.
I think that was.
They
the
couldn't
point.
give him an extra week to beat the record.
No, I think that was the entire point.
Ethan's destined for the main roster now.
Yes.
That's what a lot of people are
A
saying.
lot of people
so-
saying him to come up to the Vision, but I think now that Seth's back, I think you can scrap that. I don't think that's going to happen.
It'll be an after WrestleMania thing. We'll worry about that in 2 months.
I
when
wouldn't
it
mind
debuts.
seeing him and Chelsea as a thing on the main
Yeah, that
roster
could be
again.
interesting. Could be interesting.
Especially if you kind of tie it in with like they were obviously the mixed tag champions and stuff in AAA. They've got this good partnership, and then you can get him and Cardona kind of like, that's my wife. He's like, yeah, we just have a really good partnership.
My wife.
and then you can build to you can build a Page and Cardona storyline over
Yeah.
Chelsea Green. Like not
Good TV.
fighting over Chelsea Green, but like, hey, I don't want you tagging with my wife.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't care that she's your wife. She was my tag team partner and we work really well together. And then you go from that. But yeah, I definitely agree. Post-Mania, I think that Ethan Page is absolutely main roster bound.
Yes, absolutely. Zarya finally turned on Sol Ruka.
And stayed turned as far as we're aware.
Yes.
Because she's turned on her a lot of times and then turned back and then turn again and then turn back.
Oh, they've been at odds. I don't think there's been an official turn. There's been an accidental move here and there between the two.
Sure.
But yes, it is official now. She cost Sol Ruka the NXT Women's Championship. The match was done in less than 60 seconds.
Yeah, so they were doing the announcements for it and she just speared her out of her boots before they even ring the bell.
Speared her, F5, rolls her out after the match.
Well, then Sol gets up and the referee's like, you sure to go? And Sol's like, yeah, I'm good to go. You're an idiot. Why would you say that?
Boom. Elbow from JC Jane. 1, 2, 3.
Finished.
Done. F5 onto the announcer's table. Through the announcer's table
Correct.
after the match.
Yeah. And I'm sure Booker T was like, shucky ducky, quack, quack, I'm the worst commentator ever, blah, 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 blah.
Zarya's line, snatch that soul bitch. Loved it.
Look, that's your match at Stand and Deliver, which is now not on WrestleMania weekend,
Yes.
actually. They've moved that.
It shall stand alone and deliver.
I Stand Alone. Great song by Godsmack.
Good song. Good song.
Just quietly.
That's
That's pretty cool.
you didn't want to touch on that? I felt like you were
On the Godsmack thing or on the Zarya thing?
the Zarya thing. You good?
Look, it's fine. I think she has a match with JC Jane for the title this week. I wouldn't be
Zarya
opposed.
wins the belt, and then it's Zarya and Sol Ruka at Stand and Deliver for the title. Oh,
I
sign
would
me
not
up.
be opposed to that.
Sign me up. I'm down. Let's
The
go.
problem then is that Sol has to then lose because she's the one going to the main roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then that puts
I think
Zarya
JC's
over.
at the point where she can get called up as well.
Yes. Zarya, not quite. I think Zarya needs to stay as a monster heel.
She needs some time on her own to develop.
Yes. Yep.
Because she did a little bit by herself, and then it was like
Yeah.
Zaruka. Boom. There they
Different story when she's tagging with the dropouts in NXT
were. Yeah.
and Super Over, and they're all down there in NXT, and everyone's having a time of their life doing these ones. You get Zarya over there, and she's asking how Matt Hayter's going in RCW still, but
We
yeah,
just had to sneak that one.
A little bit.
For context.
inside baseball.
Weeks and weeks and weeks. Dan's been like, Zarya, like so many times over the past like 6 months. Zarya and Matt Hayter are dating. Me being oblivious to the fact that they were and hearing Dan being the only person to talk about it. I was like, no, they're not.
Illinois' marriage.
No, they're not.
Got married.
Done. All right. 2 news points I want to talk about, and then
Okay.
we can rack it up.
All right.
We'll start with the shit one because, again, I don't like having to talk about this shit. Harley Cameron deleting her social media profiles.
Uh-huh.
copping abuse from internet wrestling marks because she caused Penelope Ford's injury, or her and Willow. God, this is like the Ridge Holland Big E situation. It's like so many others in the past when you cannot blame one particular person. Like people have been going after Blake Monroe from the DDT with Jada Parker the other week.
Right.
Because that looked like a pretty stiff bump on the neck.
Are we going to get OG El Grande Americano cancelled for injuring Bronson Reed? No, because he hit a German suplex, which is what he's supposed to do. It's just a wrestling move.
Sometimes shit just happens, guys. You can't just go berate and death threats. Like, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that serious, man.
And I feel that's like terrible that people get that invested and emotional about things that they want to make death threats.
Man, sometimes I wish I could.
Stop hiding behind your goddamn keyboards. Yeah. Stop being keyboard warriors. If you want to be a keyboard warrior, come join our Discord. Links down below in our description. And tell us how shit we are and how terrible our booking is, and then we'll have an argument with you online. It'll be all fun and
you meet
fair.
me in fucking Coles car park.
Yeah, meet me in a Coles car park or after a slam event. But that's all because I'm asking for it, and I think it's kind of funny that we'd have that online argument. At no point is Harley Cameron asking for fucking death threats against her because she did her job.
Ridiculous.
Just stop. Grow the fuck up.
Pathetic. Right, last thing to talk about. Some information has been released about The Rock's TKO earnings for...
Oh, before we talk about that, can we just quickly, because we haven't talked about AEW at all. I know this is mostly an Elimination Chamber, but do we just want to touch on the fact that they did do the Texas Death Match?
They did.
Stipulation.
It's so predictable.
Did you see how it happened? With the coin?
Yeah, the fake coin, the double-sided coin.
Yeah. Cool. Like it was a very long way of getting to the result we all knew was going to happen.
Yeah. Sometimes I just
and it's
disappointing sometimes.
It's the thing that gets me.
Like you don't mention it and then not book it.
Correct. When Shivani was in the ring and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting word from Tony Khan. I'm getting word. Yep. Oh, they're booking it." That always annoys me. Same as when like Michael Cole. That hang on, I'm just being told from the back that this is happening. And I'll also admit very commonly that our local people, the Slam Board of Directors have just said that this match...
Don't bring the Slam Board of Directors into this.
So I don't like when it's quick, I'm hearing from the... Just say it. Just do it. Just book what's going to happen. Don't try and like, Tony Khan is just... If you want Tony Khan to say it, get Tony Khan to walk out and say
done.
it.
We all know he's sitting back there.
If Triple H... Exactly. And it's the same thing. Triple H has just brought this into my creative here. Get him to walk out from Gorilla and say, no. This is what's going to happen. Use those characters to make those stories happen.
Yeah.
Will this be a incredibly good match at Revolution, and will it be Texas Death, and will Hangman ever go for the title again? I don't really know. I don't know. Is it enough for me to buy the pay-per-view? Possibly.
When's Revolution?
15th of March.
We've got 2 weeks till Revolution. Interesting. I will be father by then, surely.
We were worried you were going to be a father by this weekend.
Yeah. Hurry up. As long as we got past this, you just come whenever. I have no concrete plans until WrestleMania.
Okay, so we've got time. Because we're not going to PWA this week.
No.
And then we've got
I cannot commit to that.
The Slam show, which you'll be working at, right?
Yeah.
28th?
And
then the 11th of April.
Yeah.
And then the week after is Mania.
Oh, yeah, 11th, because they're doing it before WrestleMania. Smart. All right. The Rock,
let's see.
TKO.
Tell me how much money he makes.
No. Not how much money he makes. How much compensation he received from TKO in 2024 and 2025.
What do you mean his compensation? How's that any different to how much money?
Compensation in TKO shares. So I guess maybe.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
Maybe that is.
It's pretty close to the same thing.
2024. Take a stab.
So 2024.
WrestleMania 40.
WrestleMania 40. He's
appearing all the time.
The tag match. It's the Bloodline rules. All that sort of stuff. $25 million.
Not a bad guess. $17.7 million.
Okay.
2025.
Which is the Travis Scott stuff, the turn at the chamber, that little card over there.
Not appearing at WrestleMania.
They're nothing since.
Yeah.
Well, your logic would say if you got $17 million for being involved in Mania plus doing the final boss and different storylines, it's got to be less. But I feel like with inflation, no, it's going to be more. 21 million.
No, much less.
Oh, really?
4 times less. $4 million.
Oh, is that all you got?
2025. Yeah.
I mean, it's like 4 million. Is that all he got?
There's also travel expenses as well. So for 2024, Well, you know that's going to be a lot. $2.6 million.
Right.
And then last year, travel expenses, $600K.
Okay.
So in total, he's been compensated a total of $24.9 million by TKO.
So my 25 is pretty spot on
Additional
across the two
royalties
years.
as well.
Well, yeah, it's-
1.8 million in additional royalties.
That'd be for like all the final boss stuff.
So that'd be
merch and-
26.7 million
Okay.
total.
Look, if you're a board member of one of the biggest publicly
That's a
traded
lot of money,
companies in the
bro.
world, like it's a $1 billion business.
Can I just have like $500,000
yeah,
to pay off my house?
Can you just throw 1 million down under the map? There's our Twitter.
Yeah, I'll
We
pay
know
off
you're on
my
Twitter.
house. You'll fund us a trip to WrestleMania.
Yep.
Done.
I'll pay off my house. Maybe we'll even do an upgrade to Madison Square Garage just for you. We'll paint it and put like the final boss somewhere.
Yeah,
just for you.
we'll paint a mural of you.
Yep.
Sounds like he's dead, but it's not.
No, but I mean, there's that mural of Bronson Reed in that alleyway in Melbourne.
Yeah, right, fair point. Fair point.
It doesn't have to be in death.
I mean, his vision career is dead.
Well, it's because they're cursed. And that was all Danhausen's fault. Oh my God, it's Danhausen versus Bronson Reed at WrestleMania.
On that note, we're going to sign off. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X.
Let us know what you thought of Elimination Chamber. Was it good, bad, in the middle, mid?
Very nice, very evil, very mid.
Yeah, we excited. What's your booking of Danhausen going forward?
Yeah, what does Danhausen do?
Does
That
he
is the most
replace-
important question leading up to WrestleMania. What does Danhausen do? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Help us get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We will see you next time down under the mat. Too sweet.